The previous minutes, approving the previous minutes, could I get a motion? Ellie, motion, yes, second. Norma, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, the minutes are approved. The current business, Resolution 289, authorizing county executive execute a lease agreement for an airport surveillance radar ASR facility. Is the airport here? The executive's on. Oh, thank you.
Under the impression we were going to request the table this for this time being that they're still working out some details on this.
Okay, there's a request for a table. Any discussion on the request for table? I just have one question on the radar, if I can. I'm kind of concerned that this radar facility is able to pick up drones. Do we know that?
Oh, one more time, I didn't.
Drones.
Oh, drones.
Yes.
I don't know anything about that, but definitely can get back to any specifics.
I want to know if that specifically is capable, because we got a lot of people flying their little drones around, hobby drones and other things, and I want to know if that radar is capable of picking them up.
Okay.
That's my only question. Is there any other questions from the committee? No other questions. On the motion to table, all in favor, aye?
Aye.
Opposed, nay? Carried unanimously, thank you, your table. Good deal.
Question, Mr. Chairman. When we only got one resolution like this, is it possible we could do this, especially when we were thinking about even tabling it? Why can't we do it at our meeting, monthly meeting, rather than come down like this for, not that it's not important, but I mean, what I'm getting at is something that took 2 minutes we could do in our meetings, like other things we do prior to the meeting.
Yeah, the committee meets, we're on a schedule, we got moved back a half hour this time, so, you know, it's okay in terms of we get tabled on it. But I don't see why we could take this up at our general meeting. I don't see how we do that.
Not the general meeting, have a meeting before the general meeting, like other committees do.
We had a meeting before the general meeting at our I-787 informational last week, which I put on the agenda, and I wanted a discussion on it, because I think, you know, that's a really important issue for mass transit. It reconfigurates the whole I-787. It's got plans that are there that, you know, we found out last Thursday that, well, what they're going to do with that 787 and make a thoroughfare. But it was really important that they got our input on it. And I think that was the most important thing, because the county was ignored on that issue. And, you know, they went to the city, they went to Waterville, they went to Cohoes, they went to Green Island, they didn't go to the county. So, you know, it was really important that we got our input into that planning report, and that is a planning report from the Transportation Committee, the Capital District Transportation Committee. You know, a number of people went, Mert, you were one of them.
Absolutely.
You have any comments on that meeting?
Well, the thing is, it's early in the process, and they're definitely doing something with 787, but there's a much larger plan potentially that could have a major impact, and so we need to keep our eye on it. I've been personally interested in it because people have been trying to tell me about it earlier, and I really wasn't aware how big the potential plan is. I've talked to people from Federal Highway, and they said it's early enough in the process not to worry about it, but I think we need to be vigilant and pay attention, because the money, it could be potential of almost $1 billion. But what they're doing is they're trying to deal with it in small pieces at a time, like $3 million for the initial proposal on the Skyway, but there are other pieces to it that we need to just look at.
Yeah.
This is the whole issue of getting rid of 787?
This,
Is
yeah,
that-
yeah, that, but there are other attendant things. They're talking about developing a marina and some other stuff that goes along with it. Again, everything is kind of in the planning, talking stages, so it's not too late for us to intervene, but we don't want to wait It has the potential of being almost as big as the Empire State Plaza, depending on how far they go with it, so it bears looking into.
Basically, it's connecting the city with the
And
river.
connecting the bike paths too, Bill, is really important, because the connector on the county bike path ends at South Pearl Street, so you need a connection from South Pearl into the, onto Broadway and into the Corning Preserve to hook up there, and that's really important. And then the next connection going out would be out through Waterville. And we've got a good explanation of where those connections are gonna happen. Now, it's good to know that the Waterville connection, they're trying to do it on the other side of 787, on the Hudson River side. So that was interesting. I hope they do it that way, because that land should be developed. It's really important that that bike trail be extended too, so that we can connect with the entire bike trail.
This discussion, this isn't an agenda item specifically on the 787, is it?
Yeah, I just put it on there for just.
Oh, okay.
That's
All right. Well, I want to wait till we're done, though. Then I just wanted to get back to Gil's question at some point before we're done.
Go ahead.
I think Gil had a good idea, that if we have a very small agenda, and we are supposed to be dealing with transportation here, and do we really all have to come down here for this? If we're coming for this one meeting, can we just have a short meeting before the full session meeting? Is there a policy for how we decide that?
So if I can, Mr. Chairman, just for the members of the committee's knowledge, the information we received from the executive's office, we've been working on this. We got it figured out that it would have to be tabled today. It had already been noticed to the public. There was no way to move it at this point less than 12 hours beforehand. Going down the line, we can re-examine it when we have more notice, but specifically in this case, we had left, not even 12 hours, we had about 4 hours. There's no way to cancel.
Yeah.
The public's already been noticed. It's open meeting requirements. We can't cancel a meeting that we've already publicly noticed this way.
Yeah.
Any other comments?
On 787 or on anything?
On 787, or, I don't care, anything.
Well, I was impressed that the bike path connection is gonna be continued. They're working on that, and that's also that aerial park, like the High Line. They're gonna be working on that, and they talked about a little bit about that tram thingy, which
Right.
is kind of curious to me.
Yeah, the tram.
But I was really also very impressed by the amount of possibilities, like to have a boulevard not only in Cohoes, but to have a boulevard at the south end of.
Yeah, at the south end.
Right in the south end there with that last bit, they talked about maybe flattening that out and, because
Controlling
it's
the
not
traffic.
as used from, I think, the Empire State Plaza exit to the end, and so that was kind of, they could do a lot of things. And it felt to me like none of it was certain, but all of it was possible. So I guess, I don't know how we decide what it is that we'd like to do, as a county, or like what participation level we're gonna have in it, but it seems like it could be almost anything. It's amazing at how big their scope was of looking at all the possibilities.
Any other discussion? Can I have a motion to adjourn?
Motion.
Okay, motion, second, all in favor? Thank you.